There's a moment, maybe 6 months in, when the casseroles stop arriving and the phone goes quiet, and you realize the hard part isn't behind you. It's only just beginning. A woman I once worked with, I'll call her Margaret, sat across from me almost a year after her husband passed and said something that stopped me with how plainly true it was. "Everyone keeps asking how I'm doing," she said. "Nobody asks who I'm supposed to be now." I understood that more than she knew. The year after Walter died, I went to dinner with old friends, people we'd shared decades of Saturday nights with, and found I didn't know how to sit at that table anymore. It wasn't them. They hadn't changed. I had, in ways I hadn't given myself permission to notice yet. Here's what I've come to believe, both from my own kitchen table and from all my years sitting across from people living through exactly this. Grief for a spouse is really two griefs happening at once. There's the person you lost, which is the part everyone understands and asks about. And then there's the life you built around them, the roles, the routines, the version of yourself that only ever existed in relation to them. And that part grieves quietly, usually alone, because nobody quite knows to ask about it. Margaret told me she felt guilty the first time she laughed again, months later, at something small, a dog doing something ridiculous at the park. Guilty, as if laughing meant she'd stopped loving him. It didn't. It meant she was still here, which is its own kind of faithfulness. My friend Patricia, who lost her Robert some years before Walter passed, told me the thing nobody says out loud. Some days you'll do something simply because it's yours to decide now, and it will feel like a small victory and a small betrayal in the very same breath. She was right about that. The contradiction doesn't resolve. You just learn to carry both halves of it at once. If you're in that stretch right now, past the point where people check in as often, still working out who you are in all that quiet, I don't have a tidy answer for you because there isn't one. But I can tell you this much. You're allowed to build a new life without it meaning you loved the old one any less. Start smaller than feels adequate. One small thing that belongs only to you. It won't feel like enough at first. It rarely does. But it adds up more than you'd expect.